What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to the Nerdy Narrative. This is a little channel I created in order to share with all of you about all of the things that I read in hopes of helping you find your next read. On today's episode of Fun, I'm going to share with you my thoughts and opinions about Dead Boy's Game and the Broken Vow by A. David Singh, which is the first book in his Magical Rome universe. This book is a Roman-inspired fantasy, but it also could be called historical fiction. There's so much about Rome's history, their customs, their beliefs, how their society was set up, that's included in this story. Like, our story is just interweaved through all of the wonderful historical fiction. One of the fun facts the author shared with me about this story, it started out as a historical fiction about Julius Caesar. Way back in, I want to say it was 2002. And he felt something was missing. Several years later, and talking to his wife about it, she said she thought she could see how it would really flourish as more of a historical fantasy. That just really inspired the author. He felt that he finally found what was missing, and that was magic. Guys, the magic system that we have in Dead Boy's Game and the Broken Vow is just delightful. Delightful. Although there was something that happened at the end that makes me wonder if we got exposed to the good magic. But I think there is another side to it, an evil, if you will, that might be showing its ugly face in book 2. Dead Boy's Game and the Broken Vow was published in 2020 by Ancient Hound Books. It originally weighed in at over 900 pages. The author decided to break that up in smaller digestible chunks, which I'm a fan of. Really, truly, like, that was a selling point to me as a fantasy book that was small and digestible, a palate cleanser between maybe more complex reads. Except when I read the story, I loved it so much that I wanted more. If book 2 was out, I would have been reading it as soon as I finished the first book. The author did reach out to me and ask me if I was interested in reading and reviewing the book, and he was kind enough to include a YouTube video where he read the first chapter, which I loved, but I'm listening to the author tell me the story. What am I going to think when I read it for myself? So he sent me the first chapter, which I read for myself. Absolutely was caught up. The first chapter did exactly what it needed to do to capture the reader. We are following 3 main characters. They're all different. They don't know one another, but they share a common goal, and that is to become a senator of Rome. Vilius, he is currently working as an apprentice to a senator. Very, very intelligent, well-known scholar. Loved him, just absolutely loved him. I think he is my favorite character. I felt like we spent the most time with him. The next character is Julius. We meet him in the very beginning in an unusual way, and he has become a centurion of Rome. Very, very successful. But his daughter, his young daughter, wants him to quit going off to battle and to stay home with her because she just misses him, and she's very attached to him since her mother died at a young age. And Julius has decided he wants to become a senator of Rome so he can give his daughter a better future, secure a better husband for her. And then we have Calpurnia. She's a young patrician woman who has one goal. She wants to be the first female senator. So all 3 characters, very different walks of life as far as society in Rome, all with one goal. And so you're probably thinking, I'm hearing a lot of the historical aspects of Rome. What about this magic you mentioned? Well, in this book, the magic system is very soft. I do believe that is going to change in book 2 from the way this one ended, but just the way the magic shows itself, plants, animals, insects, and to whom it shows itself, I think is important. I loved it. I felt it was very heartwarming and believable, because I've said many times before that if I could possess some type of magic, I would like it to be earth magic, because it just felt logical to be able to do something with the earth, just a connection to nature. And so this really appealed to me, using nature and animals to be how our magic system manifested. I loved it. I loved the magic system. I love the setting of Rome. I am no expert on Roman history, but it really feels like the author did his research. It's such an enjoyable and delightful read. I read it in 2 sittings, just absolutely loved every moment of it. There is mystery, there is murder, there is political intrigue and maneuverings going on, all things that I love. Like, there was nothing about this book that I didn't love. There is nothing that could have been done to make this any better than it was, except I need book 2. I want book 2 right now. So for me, all of the things that I love in my fantasy books, all the boxes were checked. All of the things that I love in historical fiction, all of the boxes were checked. Highly recommend this book. I really loved it. I cannot wait for book 2. I think anyone that likes middle grade all the way up to adult fantasy historical fiction would enjoy this book. It was a delight to read. The writing style was just so flowing. And the fact that it started out at 900 pages and the author decided to break it up in smaller chunks, it made sense. We still had an ending. It wasn't just chopped off and left us hanging. So I, for one, really appreciated that attention to detail, that he went in and made sure that we got closure as readers, because I've seen where that's happened before and it was just not done well, and it really left a sour taste in my mouth. This one, I am happy to say, did not do that. And guys, that is going to do it for my thoughts and opinions about my experience reading Dead Boy's Game and The Broken Vow by A. David Singh. Book 1 in the Magical Rome universe. I am eagerly awaiting book 2. But for now, that is going to do it. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you love when you have 2 genres like historical fiction and fantasy when they're combined? I read so diversely that I love when my genres meet and mix. So for me, it was an absolute delight. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this review. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.